These are my Jordans that I bought off of Facebook Marketplace for $25. And they had one major problem. They were really boring to use. So I turned them into Heelys. And I'm going to show you how to do that. First step would be to get 3D printed or whatever type of insert you're going to use to hold your Heely wheel. Sell them on Amazon, Etsy, or you can just 3D print your own like I did. So next, once you have your insert, put it up to the bottom of your shoe, figure out where you want it, and then trace where you want it, and then all you have to do is start cutting a hole in your Jordans. So it turns out that Jordan materials they use much more premium materials than Crocs. So you could cut these things up with a knife, but that's gonna take a while. So I'm gonna use a metal blade on a Dremel because why not? I covered up the shoe with a old piece of t-shirt just so that I wouldn't get it all dirty because I also work in here and there's oil everywhere. Sorry about the lighting. It's kind of terrible when you have very little lighting in a 100-year-old barn. So it turns out a metal blade on a Dremel does not work well on shoes, or they work amazing on Crocs, but that's just not cutting it. And I don't have the right tool at the moment because it's not here, but I will get the correct tool. I can't remember what it's called, but I will get the correct tool. Hopefully that works. And I can't get the saw right now, the other one, so I'm going to use a drill and drill around it, and then take a knife and slice it, or maybe scissors or something, but hopefully this works. Taking the drill and then using the knife works pretty well. So I went around with a knife and cut what I could. Kind of works not very well. I have a little vibrating tool that I can go down and cut all the way through, but I don't have it here at the moment. I might be able to do it tonight, but This might have to be something that goes on tomorrow. I'm going to try extending the blade on my knife and then going through and cutting again. Might also help if I have a blade that is actually sharp. This blade isn't very sharp. It's a new day. Got the oscillating saw and a mask so I don't die from the rubber. So we'll see if this works. That worked really well. Still smells awful, but this cuts it like butter. This is what it should look like after you get that piece cut out. It may take a little bit of work to get the piece out, but until you should be able to just take this out. And then you should have a big hole in your shoe for that plastic insert to go in. Glue it in place, put the shoe insert back in there, and you're done. What you have to do is take the insert, just work it into the shoe. You may have to cut some more stuff out. And just work on getting it flush with the bottom of the shoe. You may have to take it out a few times and just try from a different angle. eventually go in the shoe. Again, you may have to do more cutting. But once you have it in, I have to do a little bit more cutting. But once you have it in, all you have to do is just glue around it. You can put some super glue inside there. I used super glue and hot glue normally, but I ran out of super glue, so I am using hot glue and Elmer's glue. So I use hot glue here, but it's really hard to get a hot glue gun down inside the shoe, so I just use some normal Elmer's glue, because that's all I had. Yeah. Then all you have to do is just take the wheel out of your Heelys, click it right in there, and you have working Jordan Heelys.